Today I'll be reviewing the infamous shitstorm that is the Star Wars Holiday Special, right here on Movies in a Nutshell. Hello everyone and welcome to Movies in a Nutshell, where we talk about movies in a quick way so you can get out there today. I am your incredible host, Detective Artemis, and before we go on, you make sure you hit that thumbs up button because I know it, you know it, the baby of Yoda species knows it. You really want to like this, please? Oh, and the gentleman, your mask is ass. Today our movie will be the Star Wars Holiday Special, even though it's not technically a movie. In this video, we'll be talking about spoilers, so if you haven't seen the Star Wars Holiday Special, fuck it, I don't give a shit, and neither should you. Let's jump right into it. Oh, and by the way, thank you to everyone who helped us get to 500 subscribers. Thank you, thank you. All you are the real MVP. Although that wouldn't make sense, but you know what I'm talking about. Help us grow by hitting that subscribe button so we can quit our shitty jobs and do this full time. Because nothing will make me happier than to be on the camera all day, every day, for everybody. 1 year after the release of Star Wars A New Hope, but back then simply just called Star Wars, George Lucas was approached by CBS execs to make a TV special. Now Lucas saw this as a good opportunity to keep Star Wars fresh in the minds of people until Empire Strikes Back comes out. Though looking back on it now, he kind of sees this as a cheap cash-in. And you know what, Georgie? It kind of was. It really was. You already had a bunch of new toys coming out, alright? This did not need to be made, but I can't fault you for everything because all of this is not completely your fault. This is what was called back then a variety show because there were musical numbers and skits, comedy, and celebrity cameos. Which celebrities, you ask? Well, none other than Art Carney and B. Arthur. Who are they? How dare you? You know, if you're not a fan of the Honeymooners or the Golden Girls, then we cannot be friends. Now, once again, I would love to blame George Lucas for all this, but he only did the treatment for this thing and it got rewritten like 4 more times. And then when he saw it, he was like, God damn, this shit smells more than a Wookiee turd. So he tried to buy out all the copies so this shit could never be broadcasted again. Unfortunately, he didn't get all of them. Our story here is about Han Solo dropping off Chewbacca at his home planet Kashyyyk in time for Life Day while being chased by Imperial officers. Now, what is Life Day? I don't know, but I assume they want to, like, you know, celebrate everything that makes us alive and appreciate all the finer things like birds, flowers, and shit. Simple enough, except that this shit drags on a lot. And it also gets very weird at times. What do I mean? You know what? It's probably better if I show you. Roll that clip. Someone. This goes on for like 10 minutes. No subtitles, nothing. I mean, we're able to understand what's happening, but it's just really hard to sit through. Also, no offense to the Wookiee kind, but these guys, they look very creepy. I mean, look at Itchy. He reminds me of a Wampa. But more on him later, cause he gets creepier. Basically, a lot of time is spent on Chewie's family and they're anxiously awaiting his return home. They get so anxious that Mala, Chewie's wife, calls Luke and eventually Leia to be like, hey, Chewie's not home, what do we do? I'm really worried about him. And they basically tell her, hey, chill the fuck out, he'll be home soon, stop calling us. And yeah, that's it. They add nothing to the story. They could have been easily cut out, but no, they're there, just so we can see them. Cool. I'm sure they were very happy about that. Again, there are indeed pointless cameos and add nothing to the story. But wait, there's more. We have Chewie's son Lumpy watching a hologram circus act. For whatever reason, that shit takes forever. Mala watches a very unfunny cooking show.
Stir, whip, whip, stir. Stir, whip, stir. Come on, faster all together now, cooking can be fun. Stir, whip, whip, stir. Stir, whip, stir. Wah!
God damn, that's gonna be stuck in my head all day. Stir, whip, stir. and itchy watching some very softcore VR porn. Don't believe me?
I exist for you. I am in your mind as you create me. Oh, yes. I can feel my creation. I'm getting your message. Are you getting mine? Oh, we are excited, aren't we? Well, just relax. Just relax. Yeah. A little more. Now, we can have a good time, can't we?
Now, would you think for 1 second, if you were to see this clip, like, hey, that is Star Wars for sure? No, you would think you'd be watching some 70s erotica in space. Look at this old pervert. He loves being called adorable.
I'll tell you a secret. I find you adorable. I'll tell you a secret. I find you adorable. I find you adorable. I find you adorable.
But wait, there is still more pointlessness. Lumpy puts together a transmitter with a very, very unfunny character. I mean, look at him. What is this?
But now, let's get started, shall we?
And B. Arthur's segment where she's a bartender at the cantina with the guy who is clearly, for whatever reason, in love with her. He can also drink from the top of his head. Yeah, he just pours it in his head and that's it. Is Star Wars a joke to you, CBS? And Kathleen Kennedy? Is it? There is even a moment where an Imperial officer detracts from his orders to watch a Jefferson Starship performance. Now, who is Jefferson Starship? I don't fucking know. I don't care. But again, this shit drags on and on. Also, everything that Art Carney says is just horrible. I mean, he can be funny, but here, he's out of place.
Besides shaving and hair trimming, it's guaranteed to lift stains off clothing, faces, and hands. Cleans teeth, fingers, and toenails, washes eyes, pierces ears, calculates, modulates, and syncopates life rhythms, and can repeat the entire Imperial Penal Code, all 17 volumes, in half the time of the old XP21.
It's so cringe, bro. But there is one good thing. We have an animated flashback of the debut of Boba Fett.
You saved my life. Thank you.
You are alone?
I have 2 droids. We've come in search of a ship that crashed near here.
Maybe I can help you. I am Boba Fett.
Now, given all the shit that we had to endure to get to this point, this was a breath of fresh air. God damn, look at Han Solo's face. In this, they basically have to find a cure for Han and Luke, who have been hit with the sleeping virus. You know, I could have used that when I was watching this shit. And then we find out that Boba Fett, who was actually helping him in the beginning of the cartoon, actually works for Darth Vader. This is shown when Lumpy is looking at his Wookiee tablet. Now, if he is able to look at flashbacks from his friends and family, maybe he can look at the day where he was conceived, because is anyone else as curious as I am to see how Chewie and Mala banged? It's gotta be some weird shit. I imagine a lot of carpet burn and sticky fur. I guess they're both rug munchers. So Lumpy's transmitter actually did serve a purpose. He made it and then he tricked the Imperials to leave their house. Though one stormtrooper stayed behind, but he was met with Chewie and Uncle Han. Yes, there was a death in this show, and thankfully it was in Star Wars, even though it was very close. So the gang get together and go to the Tree of Life to celebrate Life Day. The other Wookiees are wearing red robes because the studio couldn't afford complete costumes for them, and Leia sings a song. And that's pretty much it for this shit. Now it's time to rate this thing, so let's bring out the rating bar. We have awesome must watch, damn fine movie, good dumb fun, watching your board, and avoid at all costs. As you can tell, this was a goddamn train wreck. Nothing made sense, the spirit of Star Wars was nowhere to be found, the musical numbers were beyond out of place, and none of the cast ever wants to talk about this thing, and for good reason. Now I hate Boba Fett, but he was the best thing about this turd of a special. It is extremely hard to sit through, even with alcohol. But with all that being said, there is a curiosity factor about it. So I hereby declare the Star Wars Holiday Special, watching your board. So what do you guys rate this piece of shit? Vote in the poll above. And are you guys ready for the Rise of Skywalker? I mean, it has to be better than this, right? Right? But then again, at least Han and Luke didn't die in this one. Also, J.J. Abrams just recently admitted something that we all knew. And it's that he doesn't know how to make a good ending to his movies. Oh, great, awesome. Let's have him end one of the biggest franchises in cinematic history. Anyways, be sure to leave a like, share, and subscribe to this amazing channel. I am Detective Artemis, and stir, whip, 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 stir, whip, stir, whip.